Okay, so I've been working with special ed students for about 30 years now, so it's a long time. Students who have been identified or with dyslexia, there's a few in our, like, but people aren't really, if this makes sense, identified with it. How they're recognized is teachers see that they're starting to flip their letters around or flip their numbers around, but there isn't a real assessment for it. They probably will start to notice, because even in their writing they'll notice that they're flipping numbers or they're flipping the letters. So what they're seeing, so they'll see the word, but they'll flip maybe the D and the B. And sometimes with numbers too. Like if they do the number 3, what they end up doing is sometimes they flip it and it looks different. So that's it. So it's usually teachers will start to notice that in the earlier grades, that they're not, because we as children do this. I'm sure we all did it. You write your S the wrong way. And with practice, we grow out of that, and our hand remembers how to do it. But people with dyslexia, they're not growing out of it. This is how they see it. And sometimes what ends up happening is they'll memorize what the word is.
Do they see other words flipped, or do they see
sometimes it's just certain letters and certain numbers. It's not all the letters and numbers. Mm-hmm. So there'll be certain ones. But usually the big one is usually the B and the D. Difficulties would be just finding the key, if that makes sense. Finding the key to help them recognize where they need the help. So it's not frustration with students, it would be frustration with me in terms of trying to find that key, if that makes sense. It's just looking for different strategies to help. Yeah. And that would be with any student that has difficulties, right? Yeah. If you had a problem in math, it would be my frustration to find the way to help you. And that's with any student. Patience, understanding what dyslexia is, and finding their supports, their strategies, finding the people that can help. And I think the big thing is understanding, right? With anyone who doesn't understand something. If you're trying to help and I use math because I'm not good in math, right? But if you have trouble in math, you want someone who's going to be patient with you to teach you, right? And that's the same with dyslexia. Finding, and I like using the word key, finding that key to help them understand and helping them not get frustrated with themselves. Now, sometimes what can help them as well is that the teacher doesn't mark spelling, getting all those circles around spelling. And even with in math, sometimes if they flip, it's supposed to be 54 and they write 45, and the teacher is aware of the dyslexia, just going back to the student and saying, did you want 45 or 55?